Hello and welcome back to another game of StarCraft 2. This is going to be game number 2 between Nerchio and SoO. This, by the way, spoiler, is going to be coming out about 1 minute into the game, so please, if you have not seen the previous video, go and check that out now. So on the bottom right hand side here, we've got ourselves SoO. He is currently teamless. His name is Yoon Su, 25 years of age, and he is from South Korea. His opponent, another Zerg, is going to be no other than Nerchio. Nerchio is on Team EURONICS Gaming. His name is Artur Bloch, age 25, and he is from Poland. So Poland versus Korea is what we've got. We've got a Zerg versus Zerg. The first game ended quite interestingly. So I'll let you go back to that if you haven't seen it yet, because the spoiler is about to be displayed on the score tab. So looks like we've got ourselves another spawning pool coming out from... it looks like we got ourselves a spawning pool coming out from SoO. So this is interesting. He might go for some sort of rush here, and score is now being displayed. So Nerchio currently at 1-0 of SoO. So what happened in the previous game? We had SoO rushing out a few Zerglings, decided to go for an all-in on 11 drones, and unfortunately for him, it did not pay off at all. And yeah, Nerchio just really defended really well on that map. So that was that. Now on this side, he actually has decided to go for a hatchery straight after the spawning pool, so he is going to be playing a little bit more safe. Now he still took out quite a number of roaches, so we've got ourselves 6 running already, and we're going to have 2 more running right after it, followed by another 4. Now I wonder, is he going to continue with droning after that, or is he going to put up some pressure? Now spawning pool for Nerchio is ahead, just to note that. And it doesn't look like currently he has got any units to defend this. So he does not have Zerglings, he does not have a Queen. Now this early rush might actually pay off for him. I think he might be able to snipe this off before anything comes up. He's pulling off a bunch of drones. Now this looks like it might actually be an aggression drone pull. It's not, he's not transferring, so he's just trying to distract the Zerglings from the hatchery. He obviously does not want to lose that, and let's see if he's going to be able to pick off any units here. The hatchery is dangerously low, sitting at about 150 health. I think it will drop. There's not a whole lot that Nerchio can do about this, and so punishing his opponent quite nicely with that rush. It wasn't a massive rush, it was a pool first, but it wasn't, speedlings with an all-in. He does have a bit of background coming into it, or a bit of economy coming into it, with drones and queens being produced. So this is probably all the aggression we're going to see from SoO for a while. Now the question that Nerchio might be thinking of right now is he following this up with more damage? His queen is about to fall, and that queen is definitely going to drop at this point. Might pick off a drone or 2 as well. And this drone is just going to his death right now. Now Nerchio is making a few extra workers. Now it's unclear whether this is a panic or whether he is preparing for a counterattack, because as you can see, he's not droning, he's just building a bunch of Zerglings. He's got himself the speed on the way as well. And SoO is just being a menace right outside his base, taking out an extra drone. At this point, let's have a quick look at the units lost tab, which is this. Workers killed 3, not a whole lot, but it is quite significant at this early stage of the game. So economy wise, SoO is actually doing a whole lot better in this game. He's got 27 for 17 workers. Taking out that hatchery really did do him a whole lot of good when he took it out, because now that he has pulled so far ahead, all he has to do is hold off against this Zerg rush now that's coming from Nerchio, and he's pretty much in the exact same position that Nerchio was in, holding off against a bunch of Zerglings with very little units. Now army supply is similar enough, but there's Zerglings coming in, being built for SoO as well, so starting to pull a little bit ahead, but those Zerglings are not made yet, so it doesn't quite count for existing army supply. Drones are deciding, hell no, I'm not getting bullied around like this, and saying, you get out of my base, it is my home and I do not want to die. Running into this next base, is he going to distract a few drones? It doesn't look like it, and it looks like he is going to get cleaned up here at this point. And that was a flying Zergling. We just had a flying Zergling. That's just great. I suppose when you're underwater, then Gravity doesn't exactly work the same. Now, Nerchio is actually going for a third expansion here. As you can see, he is starting to build up his economy, and the question is going to be, how is SoO going to play this out? He is looking like he is building a layer, and he's also getting metabolic boost about to be completed now as well. So not really that far ahead. The big difference that he does have is the worker count, which is going to come into effect once he's got 3 bases up. Right now he can only mine up to 32 with 2 bases, and that's it's about 10 more than Nerchio. But once this pops, the advantage of economy is going to be absolutely massive. Now, a lot of Zergling aggression is happening here with SoO. He knows that if he can deny one more base, he's going to pull even further ahead, especially that he does have his third about to be, or is about to have his third finished here. So these Zerglings being chased away. I think that Nerchio has a little bit more units here, but regardless, it depends really on the surround, who can get more surface area on his opponent. And it looks like Nerchio is coming out ahead here. Now, the choice of upgrades has been established here. So as you can see, SoO is going for the ranged weapons, whereas Nerchio is going for the safe armor upgrade, which benefits all units, ground units that is. And he's got roaches, so Nerchio now sees that SoO has roaches. He's probably going to start thinking, okay, I need to expand out of this as well, or not expand, but start to tech a little bit too, getting his level 1 upgrades. Now he's got 2 choices here. Either he can try to get a roach warren as well, or he can get just basically a ridiculous amount of Zerglings to surround those roaches and hopefully do as much damage as possible. Now, on the other hand, we could potentially have Ravagers coming out with those roaches. Possibly not gonna do them if he doesn't really doesn't see too much of a grouping from Nerchio. And Nerchio has that level 1 weapons on the way, and SoO is just stacking his army right now. It looks like he's interested in staying on 3 bases, not really building anymore, not really planning on expanding anymore, but he is just barely mining on this base and just getting a bunch of roaches. 11 roaches on the way and level 2 weapons. This is a very early level 2 weapon, 7 minutes into the game, and it looks like he's going to decide to punish this Zergling only army by getting a bunch of roaches. And let's see what happens here. The Zerglings are running straight past. They need to start attacking, otherwise they will just die, and GG has been called. Nothing that Nerchio could have done with that kind of army supply versus a bunch of roaches. I mean, SoO just had so much built up there that Nerchio just had no way to recover. So obviously, the turning point here was that hatchery destruction. SoO played it so well, managing to destroy a hatchery that early into the game, with Nerchio just throwing back so far, while SoO manages to expand twice. So that's pretty much it. I hope you've enjoyed this game. Do let me know what you think. 8 minutes is quite short for or rather quite average for a Zerg game. Sometimes we do see them at about 4 or 5 minutes, but that's pretty much it. I hope you've enjoyed it. Good luck, take care, don't forget to subscribe if you do like what you see, and I'll see you guys in game number 3.